I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. For today's video I'm going to be making a variation of this card. The stamp set we're going to be using is Birthday Blossoms. I'm going to be showing you a technique too using the Brick Wall Textured Impressions embossing folder. You need the tags and labels framelit dies, a brayer, the Itty Bitty Punch Pack, and I'll be using the little flower from that. We need Wisteria Wonder, Pear Pizzazz and Smoky Slate Classic ink, rhinestones, and the cardstock I'm using is Wisteria Wonder, which has been cut at 5.5 by 4 1/8, and in centimetres that's 14 centimetres by 10.4 centimetres, and this is the thick Whisper White cardstock, which has been cut at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, which is 13.3 by 9.5 centimetres. So let's get started. The clear block I'm using is D. We need to stamp on our cardstock first. I'm going to be using Wisteria Wonder because I think the image looks as though the flowers are cascading rather like wisteria. Next I'm going to stamp this leaf image in Pear Pizzazz. Now I'm going to show you how to get this mortared look inside the brick wall, and to do that you need to ink up your embossing folder. Now this brick wall one is actually 6 by 6, and in centimetres that's 15.2 centimetres by 15.2 centimetres. I have written on my embossing folder, I have lots of people using my tools, and it was just to remind them that you need to feed your embossing folder with the folded edge through the big shot first. If you feed it in sideways, it's quite a tight fit and sometimes it can damage your folder, so it's best to have it this way up facing north. For the next step we need our Smoky Slate ink pad and our brayer. So ink up the brayer just by letting it roll freely across your ink pad. That way you won't get flat spots. And then you need to get that paper. On the side where the lettering says Sizzix, that's the side you want to ink up. So if you feel it, touch it, you can feel the raised edges. So that is the side you want. So you need to brayer that and do it lightly. Because there's ink on this side of the embossing folder, once you put the cardstock down, make sure you put it down straight without wiggling or wobbling it. You could do it, put it in this way on the flat, and then just fold your folder over, sandwich it between your embossing plate. On your multi-purpose platform you need it on tab 1, and then you're ready to run it through the big shot. So I'll do that off camera. Now we carefully lift it up and you'll see how the ink has taken in between the deep bossed areas. And I quite like the fact that there are little smudges of ink on the brickwork, because in normal brickwork anyway you would have uneven patches, it's not all smooth. I'm going to stamp this lovely greeting with the banner and Wisteria Wonder. This is a new set of framelit dies called Tags and Labels in this year's catalogue, and the one I'm going to be using is the biggest of this frame and that frame together. I want to cut my frame out of glimmer paper using the larger of the two rectangles, and I'll cut Have a Beautiful Birthday with this one, and I'll leave a little gap there at the top because I want to have room to put the flowers. This time I will swap my multi-purpose flat platform for the magnetic platform. So the magnetic platform, base cutting plate, cardstock, die, top cutting plate, and then I'll run it through the Big Shot, and I'll do the same, repeat that for this glimmer paper one as well. To use the leaf image to stamp out 2 leaves, sets of leaves, straight onto Pear Pizzazz cardstock, and then I'll fussy cut those. I need 3 of these flowers and 2 in a darker colour. Itty bitty punch. I'm going to attach the brick wall to my card front, so make sure it's opening the right way, and use my trusty Tombow glue. And then another tip, you know how sometimes it's really difficult to get anything to stick to glimmer paper? Well, if you just punch out a couple of holes in the back, I'm using a 1/2 inch circle punch. So now Tombow on the back of that. That should stick to the wall with no problem. The dimensionals will fit right inside the hole. And you can then attach your other label on top. Next, I'm going to do my flowers. So I'm bringing my piercing mat in, and rather than curl the flowers, I'll do it the quick way and just use the base of my piercing tool to pop the flowers up, and turn it on its back, or front rather, and use glue dots on the back of each. Put one there, and a darker one. Put my leaves on first. Some glue dots on the leaves. And tuck it underneath here. Then the last thing to do is put our rhinestones on. So there you have it. You'll find all the supplies I used available at my online store, which you can find via my blog.stampwithelaine.com. just click on the shopping cart in the right hand column of my blog. You can also connect with me through my Facebook page or my YouTube channel here at stampwithelaine.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.